Hello there, friends. Dr. Zhu here, and I'm here with a very special guest, George, who is an entrepreneur, a business coach, and a mentor. And he's an Alive graduate. And since now we are getting towards Valentine's Day, I thought this is an excellent opportunity to shoot this video. So, welcome everyone who is live. Give us a little hello if we can see. If any questions you have live, just give it to us. We will answer it, hopefully. So, hello, George. Welcome. How are you?
Thank you very much. I'm doing amazing. Thank you.
Excellent. So George is in Canada. We are 7 hours difference at the moment. So thankfully that technology makes this happen. So George, how would you like to introduce yourself or what you do? Because I just said three words about you, but you can actually tell our audience here what is exactly what you are doing because you have a lot of experience.
Yeah, thank you. It's been a little bit of a challenge for a while, and I'm really happy that we work together because it's bringing more clarity because I do so much for my clients. So basically, I would say I help them from cradle to grave now, meaning it could be starting their business or right to the end of selling their business and everything in between. So I can help them structure their corporations and help them with their teams, their SOPs, as well as if they need funding for venture capital funding, I can help them get venture capital, and I can also help them position their businesses for sale.
Well, this is excellent. You help on a very wide range. And let's get down to business. What was the issue? Why you thought that the Alive program was for you? How did we get all in? So I'm going to let you say that story.
Oh boy, I'll have to shorten it.
Yes.
Uh, I was in a really dark place. My wife and I had split, and I was in a foreign country at the time. And I was all by myself. I had suicidal thoughts, and honestly, I didn't really know where to go. And you friended me, and we started having a conversation, and I felt that you really understood where I was, and you knew you could help me. And even though I didn't want it because I'm a man, and like, hey, we're strong. Somehow you were able to convince me to start, and I'm really happy that you did that.
Well, you're welcome. I tend to have this little feeling and this intuition, and I who needs help, and especially because I spent time in Asia and I've been into your shoes of broken relationship and not to know where to go and what to do, and also suicidal thoughts. So I heavily resonated how you are, and I said I must help you, and I hope that you accept that. And thankfully you did. So what was the gain? What was the gain that you got out of the program? We worked about 7 months together. That's the
Mhm.
general terms of the Alive program.
The gains. Well, I, I, I think first of all, because the Alive program is an all-inclusive program, even though I fought with you against it, taking vitamins and doing this and exercising and yoga. Honestly, sometimes as a man, I just feel it's BS. I won't swear, but it's just no. I don't know. But now that I've gotten out of the environment that I was in, because I wasn't eating properly, I wasn't taking vitamins, I wasn't exercising as good as I could have. Um, my 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 health has increased dramatically. I'm at a point right now where I look forward to even working out. I'm going to be 60 this year, so I am looking forward to looking like I'm 40 years old, to be honest with you, in a matter of, I don't know, June. So that's part of it. Also, the mental clarity that I got from the Alive program, as well as understanding that a lot of the mistakes that I made in my past were from emotional imprints, and I really didn't have any choice but to go through them. And you helped me learn from them with some of your teachings. Having said that, you've also helped me with my business as far as how I reach out to people, how I think of people or other people. And I would have to say that I'm a lot more disciplined than I was before. And I really, to be honest with you, I got back to who I was initially because the relationship that I had took me away from who I was. I was being scolded for being selfish, and you know what? Everybody's selfish. If we're not, you can't live. Period. Because nobody's going to take care of us better than ourselves.
Very true, very true. And let's talk about relationships, of how you used to see it, or what was the social view of it, and how do you see it now, to going through this head clearing and having the mental clarity.
Mm.
So basically, I'm asking
Okay.
for the relationship from a man's, the gentleman, the healed gentleman point of view. What does a man need in a relationship? How can ladies make it? Because we all talk about ladies, and I also have about more than 60% of my clients are ladies,
Hmm.
40% gentlemen. However, here, this is a very relevant story here for ladies to hear it out of how can relationship be, make it work.
Yeah. Well, just like women, men have certain needs as well. And to be honest with you, I think men are probably the easiest. We just would like to be respected, acknowledged for what we do. Let us be the hero in your life, whether you need something done and you can't do it yourself. Let us be that hero. Uh, be easy to get along with. Obviously, not all the time. I get that. There's many times that, you know, not arguments, but disagreements will come up. And cook for us, or
Cook for
let us
us.
cook with.
How
Yeah,
easy? How easy that is. And
it
yes, we get
is.
role switch in women. Women are becoming men, and men are becoming women, and then we don't know what to do with each other, and there is constantly fights and breaks ups and demanding and all that, and everything is being pushed towards sex and beauty. You choose her because she's beautiful, and you said a very important metaphor for me while we were getting ready for this video. What you said about men's cars. Could you share that with us, please?
About which men's
The
cars?
cars, how you choose a car because it's beautiful, then what happens once it's age. So if you are choosing a lady based upon how she looks, she's going to age, then that means that you don't want it, because once the car is not new anymore, you get rid of the car. So that was like something, but your words were like so much better. Do you remember that?
I do, and I'll try to explain it a little bit different way than you
Yes,
said.
yes, please,
Uh,
please.
I'll, well, I think it's not just men, but men and women. Our eyes sometimes are what really are our biggest detriment and our greatest gift. And just like, a man will see a car that he really likes, okay, he buys it because it looks amazing. Um, he may not actually like the car after he starts driving, or he'll get bored of the car because it doesn't matter how beautiful it is. It looks great for everybody else, but if you're the one driving that car, you're going to find out all the little things you don't like about it. And, you know, eventually you'll just get tired of driving the car and you'll want to trade it in. The one thing here, this is a little lesson for the ladies when it comes to men. We are attracted to moving objects. Okay. So if a woman walks by and we look, it's not necessarily because of the woman. It's actually because we see movement. It's programmed in us from years and years ago, the Stone Ages, when men had to find animals with hunting. It happens with cars. It happens with guys. It happens with everything. If we see movement, we're drawn to it because that's how we're programmed.
Yes, and it's very excellent that you share this with us, because if your relationship is based on sex exclusively and
Hmm.
desire, then you are going to have a fight if a guy looks at a woman, because that's a moving object. And if you come together on human characters, you know who you are and you know who you are looking for in the other person as a human character, then this will never be a question between you. And that's, I know I live this, because me and my husband, we are the same along this way. And yeah, how did your view changed on relationships due to the program or working with me, knowing what it was before and now what you are looking for?
Well, to be honest with you, my view of relationships is somewhat still the same, but I could see how I'm going to say I was being manipulated. I don't like to use the word manipulated, but how I was agreeing to things that I didn't agree with just
That,
for the relationship.
uh-huh, yeah.
And there's just some things, if a person knows I'll say their value or whatever, even then, I don't even like saying that because we're all valuable in our own way. Uh, but to actually have those boundaries, they're definitely needed in any relationship. And if the boundaries don't match, then there's no reason for the people to be together because
Yes.
that's
Yeah.
definitely going to cause a lot of problems moving forward in a relationship.
Yeah, very true. Let me ask the small, tiny question, because I asked all I graduates that how is it working with me? How was it working with me? What is your experience? What would you like to share with others? Really, the brutal truth. Go ahead.
You asked for it.
Yes, please do so. Yes.
Well, at first, like you're very forceful, and that's what I don't know if the word direct. You're very direct. You're not all that interested in the feelings. Just get over it. I'll say it's maybe a little bit more of a masculine trait, but sometimes we need to hear that because we could fall into the trap of wallowing in our own sorrows. Uh, but you're always on time. You're punctual. You always had the answer for whatever the particular problem was. So in hindsight, like I'm glad that you're as forward as you are because it helps your clients in the work that you do.
Yes, we actually cut through the chase. We save a lot of time, and I like to save time for my clients because efficiency is the top priority here. And you said something when we were getting ready for this video. You said you want to help other men, to
Mhm.
show them this program and my work because of you wanted to promote my Alive program and working with me. So why is that?
Well, there's a lot of guys that like the roles and the gender roles are changing so much now, and to be honest with you, the world needs more masculine men. From I'm not going to say soft because sometimes we're soft. It's like uh, masculinity creates war, but it also builds stuff. Creates destructions, and it actually will create a better world from it. And the world needs more masculine men, and I believe that you can help them regain their masculinity because we've been uh, well, I know myself, I grew up with a single mother and I just learned the ways of women. I didn't really know how to be a man, except I kind of instinctually did. But years and years of you need to do this and you need to do that, and this is how you do this. Like, it's not true. Um, so, what does it mean to be a masculine man? You're just comfortable in your own skin, no matter what anybody else thinks. And you live your truth, you live your values and your morals and your values. And if people don't like it, it's fine, no problem. As long as what we're doing is not hurting anybody intentionally, uh, you know, speaking our truth, standing up for the weak when we need to, and being that guiding light for others.
Yes, yes, it's very true. And I'm glad that you say that, because most of the problems are coming from women wanting to lead, wanting to fix the guy, and
Hmm.
no trust that he can do something well. So therefore there is no acknowledgement and no gratitude, so they feel lonely, uh, and they just grew apart. So as long as sex is there and it's great, and then everything else starts falling apart, and then there is a big breakup. So I have gone through many times, and
Hmm.
I'm just glad to be here with you, because I had this session with my husband also in Hungarian, for guys, because yes, it's true. If you don't find happiness within yourself, no women can give this for you, and
No,
no. And I'm
no,
very safe
absolutely
to work
not.
with. I am in a soulmate relationship, so anybody, I always have, if I have couples and I work with one of the couples, I sit down with both of them, especially if it's the male counterpart. I talk to the lady also of the house, that they get to know me. They see I'm harmless and I'm just doing good for them to
Hmm.
reach some goals that they couldn't. And yes, you need a third person sometimes, and I think most of the time you need a third
Agreed.
person. So within a relationship you cannot work it out because both of your heads are conditioned, and you can only think with those conditioned things, those fears, those demandings, the ways how you got to learn that, from your parents, and that's
Hmm.
basically it. And
Yes.
undoing that is a path. There is a very specific path for that, and that's what I'm representing. And anything else you would like to share, George, on the end here?
For relationships or anything else, does
Anything else? I think we maxed out relationship. Guys don't like to be told too many times the same things. I have also learned. If anybody
no.
wants to hear it, then rewind and replay, and then they can hear it. So what else?
Well, first of all, I'd like to acknowledge you and applaud you for the great job that you did with me. And I think if people, well, we didn't have a video in the beginning, but if people would have seen a video of me 7 months ago versus now, I'm a lot more calm, and I'm not perfect, but at the same time, it's one of these things where I'm stepping into my power again, and I can usually tell because my eyes are bluer when I'm happy and I'm myself, living in my own power. So um, you had told me that once I graduated the Alive program, everything will start working out. Um, and I honestly thought you were full of crap at the time, but but I see that it actually is. So, like, even coming to Canada, because that was one of the choices that I had, and you says, "Oh, it'll be good for you," and I'm thinking, how? Like, there's no way on God's earth. And I'm here now. I'm not staying, but I'm here for now anyway. And it's been great. I got to reunite with my son and daughter-in-law and two grandbabies that I haven't even met yet. And I'm helping them by being I don't like to use the word grandfather, but Papa, uh, you know, the uh, the wise one. So
Yes.
it's been fantastic, and so many more opportunities are coming my way as well because of the time zone, and people want to get to meet me because I lived in Asia for 6 years, and I have a lot of experience from personal experiences, travel experiences, as well as business experience and social demographics as well, which I use to help my clients, even with virtual assistants and stuff like that.
Yeah, yeah. And what I mentioned for you, why it's gonna be good for you going back to Canada, because reconnecting with your family, and then the love and the abundance you're gonna feel is going to start law of attraction business wise as well. And it did happen because that's how it works. We have to make this effort, show the universe that yes, we are brave enough to make these steps to realign with our loved ones, make sure
Hmm.
that we heal all those relationships, and then it's all okay. then all the other financial aspects are starts to, and the opportunities are coming in. So thank you so much, George. Immensely thank you for being available for this video. I'm very,
You're
very,
welcome.
very, very grateful for you. And I'm wishing you really all the best from my heart, that you do all the dreams that you dreamed on the life tree and make it come true. And you just live really, really happily ever after, whichever way, shape, and form, and wherever you choose to live on the world.
Okay. And thank you so much for all the help that you've given me. And guys, if you're looking for that extra boost for your masculinity as well as clarity, and you just want to become the man that you truly are supposed to be, um, have a conversation with Dr. Sue. You won't be disappointed.
Thank you. Thank you so much. God bless you all. And we will see everyone else later. See you guys. Love you.
Bye now.